This place is great. So quiet and serene, like nothing could ever threaten the peace. I admire what you've accomplished here, traveler. I hope Natlan enjoys a similar tranquility one day. Oh, sure. I took some time to walk around this place and came up with a few suggestions. Maybe you'll get some inspiration. From the look on your face, you were hoping for a more casual conversation. That's very valid. My apologies. I can never seem to stop working. Let me guess. They also have high standards for themselves and their surroundings. Of course, not everyone's like that, and I respect other people's choices. So I try to operate without imposing my habits on anyone else. We're all human, which means we're often at the mercy of our emotions. When we get tired or annoyed, we lose focus, and it's hard to be efficient. No matter how urgent or important in that situation, it's better to put the work aside and get some rest. You're not wrong. I used to think some people were just built that way, so conscientious by nature that they just can't tear themselves away from their work. But eventually, I realized it's not a character trait at all, but a reaction that stems from prolonged periods of anxiety and stress. There are many possible factors: lack of recognition, family issues, disrupted sleep, lack of exercise. I try to ensure that we have enough manpower at our disposal so everyone can afford to take breaks. The shamans from the Masters of the Nightwind can also help relieve stress. Thankfully, I'm quite the workaholic, so even if a lot of people go on break at once, it's all the same to me. Well, that depends on the context. I don't view it as some kind of inherent evil. It's a choice. All I need to know is whether someone is driven by the same vision. Of course, actions speak louder than words in that regard. I can talk with them, offer suggestions, and guide their next steps. There will always be things I don't understand, but as the Pyro Archon, I can still help people find the right path forward. But first and foremost, they have to be willing. And that is not a decision I can make for them. I wouldn't go that far. I just don't want everyone to turn into a workaholic like me. After all, that lifestyle's not for everyone. Plus, it leads to a more relaxed atmosphere, which is better for everyone, don't you think? This place is... I hope Natlan enjoys a similar tranquility one. It's great! It feels like a vacation spot, almost like the people of the springs. Before I became Pyro Archon, I went to the hot springs all the time. It's the perfect place to unwind and meet people from all walks of life, Outlanders included. But that kind of free time is few and far between these days. I actually prefer to keep busy. Let me put it this way. I'm sure you've invited many friends here in the past, and like me, they've probably walked away with a very positive impression of this place. From the environment to the decorations, you planned out everything down to the smallest detail. Behind everything we see here lies a tremendous amount of work. And you do that work because this is your home, right? Collecting ingredients, crafting furnishings, and planning the layout and design. I'm sure all of that kept you very busy. Exactly. That's how I feel about Natlan. Some bear their responsibilities like a burden, out of a sense of identity or obligation. But I have a vision, and that is what drives me forward. The role of Pyro Archon simply makes it easier for me to fulfill that vision. That comes as no surprise to me. You're someone with a clear set of morals. Through all the trials and tribulations, your resolve never wavered. That conviction is one of the key qualities of a leader.